How's it feeling out there, Aiden?
Yeah, good. I think we can start to push a little. Where's Casper?
Ahead of you. Don't worry about Casper, Aiden. Let's just improve your current position.
Yeah, copy.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today, as I'm sure you guys can see, we are back with another breaking point video, this time here at Mexico as we head through Sector 1. In terms of the pre-race before this, of course, we looked at that last video, if you haven't already watched that, with plenty of action, I do believe, at Monza, which was really nice. I quite enjoyed doing that one, working our way up the field. We've got to do that again today, not as many places to gain, but still a very, very sizable gap. Just under 10 seconds now. There's plenty of catching to do, and I do believe that's before lap 6, end of lap 16. So that will certainly be quite difficult for us to make it there, but we're going to really have to push and really go for crunch time here at Mexico. As in front, there is a back marker, I do believe, Antonio Giovinazzi. That would explain the blue flags. I don't know why there's a yellow flag. No incidents on track, but we're going to have to do some catching here in this one to be able to get up to Vettel, Bottas. I do believe that is in the Mercedes. Of course, lap this car in front, but Casper is P8. Plenty of catching to do here in terms of the pre-race stuff. There were a couple of emails, nothing too exciting at all really there. Might show them after the race, possibly, of course, when we go over like what's happened after the race, any cutscenes or anything like that, and then of course looking at the phone calls as a result of it. But of course, this is an interesting Grand Prix here at Mexico. We are catching to Sebastian Vettel, who just sits in front here. Valtteri Bottas in front of him. Casper just in front, as that's a slow Ferrari, I have to say. Vettel certainly isn't breaking the land speed record at the moment here, as we get a little bit onto the back of him once again. We need a move. Is there a move? Oh! And that was very, very sketchy there. I'm surprised we're still in the right direction. We haven't taken damage, and thankfully he hasn't taken damage. And neither of us are the wrong way round. Second bite at the cherry, maybe. Down the inside lines, this right-hander. Take a lot of the curb, close him off, move done. P11, and crucially, under 7 seconds it was for a second to our teammate Casper, who we've got to get up to before the end of this one. And that does imply potentially some fireworks, and there's nothing better than fireworks in this breaking point series. We're going to take DRS for the main straight again. That was certainly sketchy in the middle sector. There are yellow flags, oh sorry, blue flags in front, maybe for a slower back marker. It was going to be for a slow back marker, of course. Maybe someone who's had a problem in this race, because it's only 18 laps. I can't see, you don't really get that many back markers in 18 laps unless you've got a very spread field. And here we go now. Maybe Valtteri Bottas. He hasn't got the DRS. We certainly have. And he forces us to the inside line. Forces us to be a little bit on edge. But we get the move done. Has a little look back. He's going to have another look on the exit. But we use the runoff to our advantage. Probably a bit too much to our advantage. That's us up into P10 here. Pretty comfortably at Mexico. We're looking pretty nice as it stands. We're going to have to just keep pushing here for something hopefully decent. Of course, Ackerman up in front, 4.9 seconds. That's a chunk, but it is sizable. It's sizable, but it's doable here. We've made up quite a chunk of it, and we were in traffic before. We need to catch up to Ricardo pretty soon for that all-important DRS. That DRS being crucial, of course. Don't forget, you need that DRS to be quick round here. With the long straight, 3 DRS zones, you can gain a lot of time in it. So we need to catch up to Danny Rick in front. We've done a bit more catching here at Mexico to Danny Rick, and a move might actually be on. Whether we want the move or not, I don't actually know, because a bit of DRS would be quite nice, and we're going to tactically let Danny Rick back through. A bit weird, but I actually think we're going to benefit more by overtaking him down the main straight, so that we can have that DRS to catch up to Casper. That's the tactic here. Bit unusual, bit unorthodox, but we have this lap and next lap to get close enough to Casper. That's our job. I don't think getting close enough would be like just under like a second, but plenty of pushing to do. That's us comfortably ahead of Danny Rick, and the closing the gap to Casper Ackerman, our teammate, who is directly ahead of us and in front of him on the hards. Mr. Lando Norris. Bottas might have been going slowly because of a poor strategy using the hards. Possibly, I don't think the hards are the optimum tyre around here at the moment. We've been on these, yes, for quite a few laps, but they're pretty comfy at the moment, are these mediums. Casper, 1.8 seconds in front. He's catching up to him. I have to say, he's been pretty slow compared to quite a few of the other drivers. You know, you compare the gap to Bottas that we pulled on him about 4 seconds. The gap that we've pulled on, well, probably 5 on Bottas, we've pulled twice as much so far, pretty much, on Casper. So it shows you that maybe he's a bit higher placed than his pace does show. And there he is, right in front. The red marker just above
It's
it.
clear from anyone watching either in the stands or at home the determination on show from Alpha Tauri and Aiden Jackson today.
No, you're not wrong there, Ant. His performance has improved race by race throughout the season, and his driving today, impeccable. Here's a test for him now, though, as they head down the main straight. There's a lot of friction between these two, and his teammates after him. Will he budge?
Pole position, Aiden.
Oh, I've never seen anything like this on a racetrack before. Two teammates wheel to wheel.
Keep it clean!
Inches separating them and they crash! Oh, they've come together in spectacular style and they're both out of the race!
Close the door. Sit down. What the hell was going on out there? We've invested millions in you two. Millions. And look at you both. Acting like a couple of school kids. You've got a lot to prove this year, boy. And you're swanning around like butter wouldn't melt. And as for you, you should know better. I'm disgusted. You should both be ashamed.
Brian,
Not a word. Not a single word. I should fire you both right here and now. You've screwed our chances this season. The team is bigger than you two and your petty squabbles. Grow up! Any more, and you're both out. Do you hear me? I'll finish the season behind the wheel myself if I have to. Both of you, get out. Go away.
Hey,
Hey,
so? What did he say?
threaten to fire both of us.
He won't.
That's not the point.
I'll just leave you be.
Is Lily okay? Does she know I'm safe?
Yeah, she saw you climb out. She's fine. I left her with your mother.
Okay, good.
You've survived worse, you know?
Doesn't make it any easier.
Maybe not, but you're not hurt. And you have a family who love you. The rest are just details. I'll see you later.
Well, what action there. The two of them collide down the straight. I mean, it was very defensive from Mr. Ackerman, I have to say, but that was disastrous. A huge crash. there. An absolutely huge crash. There, your new posts. Ackerman Cass. Can't believe it. Hope he's okay. What a mess. Alright, but about ego in the way. Bit about Butler there. Already watched the incident 20 times over and I still can't believe it. Pretty mad there. In terms of the Mexican Grand Prix before it, you know, we had immediate cancellations about the rescheduling, all post-race interviews. You don't have to reply now, but I hope you're okay. Sorry to see you walk off, and I can imagine you going through right now with the team. Straight, strong, my friend Lucas. Then Brian has come back with Casper. I don't know if he's contacted you yet, but you need to go and see Franz pronto. Whatever you do, don't make this situation worse. This makes sense. So we are now in Casper Ackerman's area. As you can see, a bit different. He's got his coffee out. That's nice to see. And there is his helmet, of course. You can tell by that being Ackerman Cass. And then, of course, there, yeah, he wants to go and see him. And then he's put, there are no words, at least none I can type here in any professional capacity. Once Brian is done with you, I want you in my office immediately. What an absolute disgrace. That's from Franz Torst. And there you go, of course. That is from Casper's perspective. And that is it for today's video. Of course, guys, that's it for today's video. We've had plenty of action here at Mexico, and finishing in the perspective of Casper Ackerman. That's everything. Next time we're moving on to the next chapter in Breaking Point in this series. But thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll catch you sometime soon.